The knife was already in her hand when she saw him smile. Her job was to end him, but something about him made her hesitate.
The knife was already in her hand when she saw him smile. Not at the guards, not at the trembling waiter who nearly dropped the wine. At her. Her job was to end him. She didn't expect him to make her feel alive. Zara slowed her breathing instantly, muscle memory taking over like a switch flipping in her mind. The blade disappeared beneath the silk lining of her sleeve as if it had never existed. Calm, controlled, invisible. Across the room, Jihoon Park, Seoul's most feared crime boss, lifted his glass slightly in her direction, like he had been waiting for her. That was wrong. Everything about this was wrong. She had studied him for weeks, every movement, every pattern, every security detail. He never acknowledged strangers, never made eye contact first, never exposed himself emotionally, even for a second. Yet now, he was looking at her like he already knew her. Ma'am, the host whispered beside her, bowing slightly. He has been expecting you. Zara didn't respond. Of course he has. Her heels clicked softly against the polished floor as she walked toward him, each step measured, deliberate. She wasn't rushing. She never rushed. The calm before a kill was sacred. Every second stretched, sharpened. She reached the table. He didn't stand. He didn't flinch. He just watched her. Sit, he said, his voice low, smooth, almost welcoming. Zara tilted her head slightly. You're very comfortable for a man about to die. A faint smile curved his lips. And you're very late for someone with a deadline. That made her pause, just for half a second, and she sat. The chair slid quietly beneath her, and the moment she settled in, the tension in the room shifted. The guards stiffened, but not toward her, toward him, waiting for his signal. Always him. Wine? He asked, already pouring. Zara watched the deep red liquid swirl into the glass. No poison check, no hesitation, no fear. Interesting. You invite all your assassins to dinner? She asked, her voice calm. Only the ones who intrigue me. She let out a soft breath that almost sounded like a laugh. That's a dangerous habit. I've built a life on dangerous habits. Their eyes locked. And just like that, something shifted. Not fear, not tension, something worse. Curiosity. You know why I'm here, Zara said. Yes, and yet I'm still breathing. For now, her lips curved faintly. You don't seem worried. I'm not. Why? Jihoon leaned forward slightly, his voice dropping just enough to feel personal. Because if you wanted me dead already, I would be. Silence. Sharp, clean, honest. Zara studied him carefully now. He wasn't bluffing, he was accepting. No, worse. He was trusting her. You're either very brave, she said slowly, or very stupid. Or very certain. Of what? That you haven't decided yet. That hit harder than it should have. She picked up her glass, taking a slow sip just to buy herself a second. Control the moment. Reset the pace. You're giving yourself too much importance, she said. No, he replied calmly. I'm giving you the space to choose. Her fingers tightened slightly around the stem of the glass. I don't choose, she said flatly. I execute. Jihoon's gaze softened, but not with pity, with understanding. That's what you tell yourself. And what do you tell yourself? She shot back. That tonight matters. Zara let out a quiet breath. You think one dinner changes anything? No, he said. I think one conversation does. The food arrived, breaking the intensity for a moment. Plates were set down with precision, the staff moving like shadows before disappearing again. Zara barely looked at the food. Her attention was fixed on him. Always him. You've been watching me, she said. Yes. For how long? Long enough. That's not an answer. It's the only one you're getting. She leaned back slightly, crossing her legs. Then try this. What's my name? He didn't hesitate. Zara Bello. Her heartbeat slowed, not quickened. Good. Stay controlled. You've done your research, she said. I had to. I had to. Why? Because I don't underestimate people who can kill me. A pause, then she asked quietly, and can I? Yes. No hesitation. No doubt. Yes. Something about that honesty unsettled her more than fear ever could. You're not trying to stop me, she pointed out. I am. She raised an eyebrow slightly. This is your strategy? Yes. It's not working. He tilted his head slightly. You're still here. Damn him, he was right. She should have ended this the moment she walked in. Instead, she was sitting, talking, listening. You're stalling, she said. So are you. Silence stretched between them again. Heavy now. Charged. What do you want? She asked finally. To understand. Understand what? Why you took this contract. Her expression hardened slightly. That's none of your business. It becomes my business when I'm the target. You're worth a lot of money. That's not why you're here. Her eyes narrowed. You don't know me. I know enough. Like what? Jihoon studied her for a moment before answering. You don't enjoy killing. She didn't react. You're efficient, he continued. Clean. No unnecessary damage. No cruelty. That's not someone who enjoys it. That's called discipline. That's called restraint, he corrected softly. And restraint comes from somewhere. She said nothing, because he was getting too close. And whatever they offered you, he added, it wasn't just money. Her jaw tightened slightly. Careful, she said quietly. You're starting to sound like you care. I do. The simplicity of his answer hit her harder than she expected. Why? She asked before she could stop herself. Jihoon didn't look away. Because you walked in here ready to kill me, he said, his voice low, steady, and you haven't done it. Their eyes locked again, and this time, there was no pretending it was just business. Zara looked away first. That had never happened before, not once. You have 48 hours, he said suddenly. Her gaze snapped back to him. For what? To decide. Decide what? Which contract you're going to honor. Her chest tightened slightly. The one on my life, he continued softly, or the one your heart is writing without your permission. Her breath caught, just for a second. But he saw it. Of course he did. You're very confident, she said. I'm very observant. You think this changes anything? I think it already has. Silence again. Longer this time, more dangerous, because he wasn't wrong. You're playing a risky game, she said. So are you. I don't lose. Neither do I. A beat passed between them. Then he added quietly, that's why this matters. She stood slowly, the chair sliding back with a soft sound. The dinner was over. Or maybe it had just begun. Will I see you again? He asked. She hesitated, just enough for him to notice. Maybe. That's not reassuring. It's not supposed to be. A faint smile touched his lips. She turned to leave, but his voice stopped her. Zara, she paused, didn't turn. Whatever you decide, he said quietly, make sure it's your choice. Not theirs, not the people who hired her, not the past that shaped her. Hers. Something inside her shifted, just slightly, but enough. Good night, Jihoon, she said softly, and then she walked away. The knife hidden in her sleeve felt heavier now, not because it had changed, but because she had. And for the first time in years, Zara Bello wasn't sure if she was going to use it.